1, 2, 3, go!
Good morning, welcome into day 5, the final day here of the New Zealand Swimming Championships live at the National Aquatic Centre. Scott Rice calling the action this morning in the heats, and last night joined by Steve Kent for that fantastic, exciting lot of finals last night. We kicked off with the Legends Relay. That was for the swimming alumni. $25,000 raised so far for swimmers going offshore for international meets this year. It was won by the Aquagym team, and fun to see a lot of past Olympians, past Commonwealth Games swimmers in action, maybe haven't done too much swimming. So that was a good way to kickstart the final sessions last night. Some of the other highlights: 200 metres butterfly, Ariel Mochirahondo winning that national title, 1:59, a JPP time for him. So he's in great form, got a great attitude. Looking forward to seeing him in the 400 IM today. Also a bit of a nod to William Campbell, again, over 235 200 butterflies. Who would have thought? I've never done one myself. Lots of swimmers here have never done one. So to do 234 is a huge milestone, and his club, Wharanui, really getting him behind him. The 50 metres breaststroke, Charlotte Rosen, we saw it last night. The arm raised up to pump the air. Under 1 minute for her 50 metre breaststroke, breaking the SB18 New Zealand record. Good on you, Charlotte, well done. And then 50 metre backstroke, we had the 3 coast swimmers, Milan Glintmeyer, Amber George and Savannah Eve Martin, all vying for the national title, but in the end it was Amber George that got there first to win the title in a Pan Pacific qualifying time, as did Savannah Eve Martin, and Milan Glintmeyer getting that junior Pan Pacs time as well. Exciting race, that one. 100 metres freestyle was very tight. It was Cameron Gray that took it out from the get-go and managed to hold on to a fast-finishing Lewis Clarebird, 48.66. And then multi-class, a woman in the 100 free, Riley Sayer in the S7. She got the Para Pan Pacs time, and she was delighted with that as well. She's swimming very, very well. And Daniel Smith continuing his record-breaking form in the 100 freestyle, the S19 New Zealand record. Looking ahead to this morning's program, we start with the 400 metres individual medley for the men, and featuring in that will be Lewis Clarebird in the final heat, Ariel Mochirahondo in the one before. Then the 200 IM, you've got Gina McCarthy, who won the 400 yesterday, joined now the second fastest qualifier, or in the heats, is Zyleka Pratt-Smith coming in there. Then we've got the multi-class 200 IM, followed by the 50 butterfly for the men. All the usual suspects in there, the heavy hitters. Cameron Gray's there, the Commonwealth Games bronze medalist, as the fastest on the program. 50 freestyle for the women. Chelsea Edwards, another chance for her to nudge that Pan Pacific qualifying time perhaps. Zoe Pedersen there as well. Then we have the multi-class 50 metres freestyle to follow after that. Then the 200 breaststroke for the men. Kevin Zhang coming together with Hara Hughes, Ryland Wheeler, all in there in the heats, looking for a good place in the final. We then follow with the 800 metre freestyle for the women. There is 2 time finals this morning, followed by the 3rd and fastest time final tonight. And then the 200 breaststroke, back with Zyleka Pratt-Smith, Brianna Crawford. That battle is on again across the heats for the 200 breaststroke. And then we finish with the 100 metre backstroke. Lots in there. Zach Dell, Jasper Cornish, Kane follows, Lucas Bell already qualified for JPP, and Tapaki in there as well. That's going to be a good one to finish us off. That's this morning's heats. Hope you enjoy the action. Please put your hands together and welcome our technical officials as they make their way onto pool deck. Introducing a technical officials for this morning's heat session. Referee for the men's events, Joe Davidson. Referee for the women's events, Dan Harvey. Your starter for the men's events, Alan Hale. And for the women's events, Joe Russell. Your technical director for these championships is Diane Farmer. Thank you, officials. Please be seated. First event of the program this morning, event 33, the men's 400 metres individual medley. There are 3 heats. Heat number 1 ready to swim. Heat 1 of the men's 400 metres individual medley, lane 1, Finlay, McNabb, Blenheim. 2 from Roskill, Ethan Stocks. 3 from North Shore, Jack Barton. 4 from Coast, J.K. Wang. 5 from North Shore, Bradley Searle. 6 from Kiwi, William McFarlane. 7 from North Shore, Alexis Goatley. Ethan Stocks well and truly in front here in heat number 1, doing a good job. He's got a 5:04 in the program. He's going to go well underneath that. Started to charge through the final lap here is Jack Barton of North Shore. And he's got his teammate Bradley Searle in lane 5. So both of the North Shore swimmers just racing off in this final 100. But Ethan Stocks has brought something special to this first heat. Not sure where that 5:04.99 came from, but a 4:46.04 for the 18-year-old from Roskill. There's the result of heat number 1. Next up, heat 2. Lane 1 from United is Yencheng Lee. Lane 2 from St Paul's, Josiah Joyce. 3 from Wharanui, Flynn Grace. 4 from Swim Rotorua, Ariel Mochirahondo. 5 from Blenheim, Jack Love. 6 from Jazzy, Nico Solidi. 7 from Hawak Pakaranga, Samuel Asiata. 8 from St Paul's, Ian Chen. The New Zealand age group record is the time in the program, 4:17.62. The Pan Pacific qualifying time is just a fraction quicker at 4:17.48. So Ariel has already gone under the JPP Junior Pan Pacific qualifying standard, but is yet to go under the Pan Pacific standard. He could be using this heat as an opportunity to do that. We have Ian Chen, the S19 swimmer in lane 8. And we'll be keeping an eye on that New Zealand record as well. Halfway through this 400 IM, Ariel Mochirahondo goes through. The New Zealand age group record holder hoping for a Pan Pacific qualifying standard in the 400 metres individual medley. Ian Chen, the New Zealand record holder in lane 8 for SM19 at 5:04.45. His entry time was faster than that, so hoping he can go under his own New Zealand record. Elsewhere in this field, we've got Jack Love sitting in second at the moment. Third is lane 2, Josiah Joyce of St Paul's. Turns for home, 3:23. And looks to me to be just putting it into cruise mode in this final 100, Ariel Mochirahondo. Perhaps conserving a bit of energy for tonight's final. For 28.22 this morning for Ariel Mochirahondo. Josiah Joyce gets through to touch the wall second in heat number 2. And looking out for whether Ian Chen can get close to his or surpass his New Zealand record, SM19, lane 8 coming in now. Just outside this morning for Ian Chen, that is heat 2. Heat 3 of the men's 400 metres individual medley, lane 1 from St Paul's, Max Cryer. 2 from Swim Rotorua, Zach Pask. 3 from Ngātai Tuatea is Declan Broadfoot. 4 from United, Lewis Clareburt. 5 from North Shore, Nemanja Markovic. 6 from St Paul's, Alexander Coppajon. 7 from North Shore, Henry Wang. And 8 from North Shore, Sunny Liu. New Zealand record holder Lewis Clareburt in lane 4. And that New Zealand record set at 4:08.70. The Commonwealth Games qualifying time 4:12.21. Now at the moment, Lewis has reached the Commonwealth Games B time, but not the A time. He has reached the Pan Pacific A time. And I'm sure we'll probably expect Lewis not to be giving it full throttle this morning. Just working his way through this to get himself in the middle lanes for the final. But interestingly, it could be, we're looking at Declan Broadfoot and Nemanja Markovic for a possible Junior Pan Pacs qualifying time either this morning or this evening. The Junior Pan Pac qualifying time 4:30.35. Just having a look at Lewis Klebert's breaststroke, complete submersion into the streamline position. Just using that kick to really drive completely underwater each stroke. And that's a really good shot here on the cameras of just the timing here of Lewis Klebert's breaststroke. The timing of the pushback of the legs at exactly the same time as arms go out, outstretched into a streamlined position. And Kleibert turns for home in the 100 metres freestyle. Lewis Kleibert cruising in for the win of heat number 3. He will be in lane 4 tonight for the final. And coming in second looks to be Nemanja Markovic of North Shore. Swimming alongside him is Alex Coppenshon and Declan Broadfoot on the other side. Just going through the motions, Kleibert across this heat. And that concludes event number 33. And there's that result. We move now to event 34, the women's 200 metres individual medley. There are 4 heats. Heat number 1 ready to swim. Lane 2, Danielle Rule, Porirua City Aquatics. 3, Soyo Yamagami United. 4, Mila Gwiadzinski from Aquablades. 5, Amelia McEwen, Mount Maunganui. 6, Olivia Zhu from Phoenix, and Jasmine Reeder from North Shore in 7. Amelia McEwen takes out that first one. Heat 2 of the women's 200 metres individual medley. Lane 1, Rio Sasimoto Enterprise. 3 from North Shore, Amber Lynn. 4 from North Shore, Chelsea White. 5 from Blenheim, Nicola Lovell. 6 from Icebreaker, Violet Carter. 7 from Icebreaker, Scout Carter. 8 from United, Miller Tongalia. Chelsea White, the visitor from North Shore, will win heat number 2. 2:26, just on her entry time. This is heat 3 of the women's 200 metres individual medley. In lane 1, Kate Hurley Pirates, 2, Hope Wang Phoenix. 3 is Danielle Asiata Howick Pakaranga. 4, Zalika Pratt-Smith Coast. 5, Bridie Quayle Wharanui. 6, Hannah Abdo Wharanui. 7, Breeze Van Veld, who's in Hedatonga Sun Devils. 8, Alexis Bassini North Shore. Junior Pan Pacific qualifying time 2:18.14. Pan Pacific qualifying standard 2:12.83. Zalika Pratt-Smith looking good, coming in to win heat number 3 of the women's 200 metres individual medley. Bridie Quayle touches second, Hannah Abdo third, the 2 Wharanui swimmers. Heat 4, the final heat of the women's 200 metres individual medley. Lane 1, Anya Moritz, North Shore. 2, Freya Hingston, United. 3, Ariella Riley, Hamilton Aquatics. 4, Gina McCarthy, Hamilton Aquatics. 5, Jade Starr, Swimming Australia. 6, Olivia Bates, North Shore. 7, Laura Menzies, Wharanui. 8, Kezia Bassini, North Shore. Gina McCarthy coming through, winning this heat number 4. Fast finishing Jade Starr from Australia coming through in lane 5. McCarthy gets there, so it'll be Zalika Pratt-Smith in lane 4 for tonight's final, followed by Gina McCarthy 5. Jade Starr will sit in 3. And that concludes event number 34. Next up is event 122, the men's 200 IM multi-class heats. We'll just wait for the result of that heat 4. There are 2 heats of the men's 200 IM multi-class. In lane 2, Aigo Tanaka from Japan. 3, Hamish Keenan from Swimming Australia. Bo Matthews in 4 from Australia. 5, Darren Sisman, Australia. 6, Daniel Rigby, Australia. And our lonesome Kiwi, Luca Willems, Wharanui in 7. And Luca could be on the hunt for a New Zealand record here, SM18. It's owned by Joseph Blake, his mate. Well done to Bo Matthews, Darren Sisman having great meets this week. Good Australian contingent in this event. And this is Aigo Tanaka from Japan. Great leg drive here. This is incredible. Give him a big clap. Guys, Aigo Tanaka. And we have Luca Willems making his way down his final 50. He got a bit of a push from the team there. Starting to bring in that kick a bit more. Looking for a 3:42.87 for the New Zealand record. Just outside of that this morning. Well done to heat number 1 of our multi-class men. This is heat 2 of the men's 200 IM. David Beck in 2, United. Riley Moore in 3, Swimming Australia. 4, Asher Smith-Franklin, Coast. 5, Declan Budd, Australia. In lane 6, Kotaru Ogiwara, Japan. And Jonty Howland from Danneberg in 7. So with this race here, Asher Smith-Franklin in lane 4, he has the New Zealand record SM14 at 2:15.91. The Pan Pacific Qualifying Championships time of 2:16.11. So wanting to go into a 2:16.11, he's got a 2:14.08 in the program. A real chance here for Asher Smith-Franklin. Asher Smith-Franklin coming home strongly here. Let's have a look at the time. 2:10. He's got to get under 2:16.11. He's going to be just outside this morning. 2:18.40 for Asher Smith-Franklin. Hopefully see a few more seconds off tonight in the final. David Beck coming in lane 2. Jonty Howland just turning for home into the freestyle leg in lane 7. Well done, Jonty Howland coming in there, 3:24.37. That concludes event 122. Next up, 123, the women's 200 metres IM multi-class. There are 2 heats. Heat number 1 of the 200 IM women's multi-class. Charlotte Rosen from Whanganui in 2. Alyssa Gillespie from Australia in 3. Chloe Gladwin from Whakatane Swim Club in 4. Madeline McTurnan from Australia in 5. Mackenzie Drage, lane 6 from Aquagym. The 2 New Zealand record holders in their respective classes. Charlotte Rosen, lane 2. Chloe Gladwin for SM19. And the entry times quite a bit faster than their own New Zealand records. So hopefully you see a couple of records fall today or this morning. Chloe Gladwin coming into the wall looking for a time of 2:40. She's over that this morning. Madeline McTurnan touches first in a time underneath her entry time. Mackenzie Drage in 6, Charlotte Rosen in lane 2. Looking for a time of 4:28 flat for her own New Zealand record. And a 4:27. That is a new New Zealand record for Charlotte Rosen. Congratulations. Three 4:27.76. That wraps up. We'll go to a break now. We'll be back for the men's 50 metres butterfly heats. Oh no, we've got heat 2. Apologies. We're back on. Time to get a coffee. Heat 2 of the women's 200 IM multiclass. Lane 2, Charlotte Murphy, Aquagym. 3, Gemma Selleck, Swimming Australia. 4, Mia Hogan, Australia. 5, Gabriella Smith, Wharanui. 6, Genevieve Watson Christie, North Canterbury. Gabby Smith coming in to win heat number 2, 2:44.34. The Australian Gemma Selleck hitting the wall second. Looking out for Charlotte Murphy. She's got the New Zealand record. That's the time in the program. She's in lane 2. So just coming to the end of her breaststroke leg now. Keeping that stroke nice and even with some bilateral breathing there. Charlotte Murphy coming in. Let's see what time she can do this morning. 4:36.39. That concludes now the women's 200 IM heats for multiclass. And that's the result. We'll be back after this break for the men's 50-metre butterfly heats. Welcome back. This is the men's 50 butterfly up next, event 35. There are 6 heats and heat number 1 about to go. Lane 2, Dylan Groupink, Te Arawa Swimming. 3, Ryan Hewitson, North Shore. 4, Lucas Percival, St Paul's. 5, Max Gardner, QE2 Swim Club. And 6, Andre Herbs, Whakatane Swim Club. Heat 2 of the men's 50 butterfly, lane 1, Zachary Horton, Jazzy. 2, Jing Yang Chua. 3, Mun Jager. 4, Korne Daina. 5, Samuel Poching. 6, Tyson Lynch. 7, Cole Fugier. 8, Noah Lomas. Heat 3, lane 1 is not Louis Clark. 2 is Flynn Beattie. 3, Harjin Jun. 4, Rui Ho. 5, Charlie Dickerson. 6, Eric Yuan. 7, Igor Razanov. 8, William Delamere. And Rui Ho gets there first. Igor Razanov second. Heat 4, Grayson Coulter in 1, Ethan McDonald in 2, Jacob Humphreys 3, Bronson Lloyd 4, Liam Curling 5, Harvey Lark 6, William Campbell 7, Luke Manderson 8. Bronson Lloyd gets there, 25.29. Heat 5, lane 1, Orlando Hardy. 2, Kane Howard. 3, Caleb Carlisle. 4, Jack Hendy. 5, Thomas Nankervis. 6, Ryan Peck. 7, Neo Solomonson. 8, Brendan Visser. And a 24.11 to win it there for Jack Hendy. Pan Pacific qualifying time 23.36. Henry Williamson 1, Sam Kenny 2, Christopher Ilson 3, Cameron Gray 4, Carter Swift 5, Alistair Miller 6, Neo Ehrlich 7, Daniel Craigting in 8. Chris Ilson gets there, 24-2-1 to win the final heat of the 50 butterfly. It's going to be a tight final, about 4 of them sitting at 24 low. Still a wee way to go to those Pan Pac qualifying times of 23:36. That concludes event 35, the men's 50 metres butterfly. Next up, event 36, the women's 50 metre freestyle. There are 9 heats, and heat number 1 ready to go. Heat 1 of the women's 50 freestyle in lane 4, Emma Bendal, and lane 5, Harriet Park. Heat 2, Penny Smith in 1, Danielle Rule in 2, Catherine Sonnerson 3, Vanson McManus 4, Zaniqua Pratt-Smith 5, Tessa Field 6, Kaya Henare 7, Marina Nadillo 8. Heat 3 of the women's 50 freestyle in lane 1, Isabel Hunt, 2, Bianca Chan, 3, Macy Haynes, 4, Hayley Smythe, 5, Lucy Abbott, 6, Georgia Postle, 7, India Vaughan, 8, Indiana Riley. It's a good swim there by India Vaughan in lane 7 to win heat number 3. Heat 4, lane 1, Ruby Saisim. 2, Paige Shindalar Kemp. 3, Catherine Tegman. 4, Talia Channy. 5, Madeline McTurnan. 6, Hana Kani. 7, Mila Gwiadzinski. And 8, Elieta Tukia. Heat 5 of 9 of the women's 50 freestyle. Kayla Knight in 1, Ivy Miller 2, Tess Winneray 3, Holly McDonald 4, Brooke Swan 5, Lola Nichols 6, Macy Barnes 7, Anna McLaren 8. Heat 6 of the women's 50 freestyle. Lane 1, Marley Coverdale. 2, Libby Bradley. 3, Alice Monaghan. 4, Brooke Bennett. 5, Zoe Crawford. 6, Olivia Emmett. 7, Esme Patterson. 8, Breeze van Veldhuizen. Heat 7 of 9 of the women's 50 freestyle. Lane 1, Kiri Yamagami. 2, Octavia Mani. 3, Amani Alabaidley. In 4, Holly Neville. 5, Giselle Davey. 6, Millie Bell. 7, Abigail Samuels. 8, Jade Lyles. Heat 8, Jessie Welch in 1, Stacey Morgan 2, Ray Kwan 3, Maya Zanka 4, Phoebe Bentley 5, Amelia Bray 6, Milan Glintmeyer 7, Amber George 8. And a win for the Australian there, 25.86. Ray Kwan, 25.95. And Amber George swimming backstroke out there. Check that time. And Milan Glen by 26.29. Not far off that JPP time. Heat 9, Madison Kidd in 1, Miller Tongalia in 2, Alyssa Lawson in 3, Chelsea Edwards 4, Zoe Pedersen 5, Tribeca Liu 6, Madeline Wilson 7, Sasha Henrison in 8. Junior Pampaks 25.85. Let's see how they go. 25.01, just outside her own New Zealand record, Chelsea Edwards. And underneath the Pan Pacific development time of 25.23. And just checking on the results for some of the other age group swimmers. That New Zealand record, 24.99, so just 0.02 of a second outside of the New Zealand record there. And just outside for our age group is outside that Junior Pampaks qualifying time this morning. That concludes event 36. And we move now to the 50 freestyle for the men multi-class. There is 3 heats and heat number 1 ready to go. Takayuki Suzuki in 2, Charlie Alderton in 3, James Hayden in 4, Daniel Rigby in 5, Jack McMillan in 6, Matthew Kofoid in 7. Let's check for the S18 records held by Jack McMillan, 36.91. James Hayden hits the wall first, looking for a 36.91. Yep, he's gone well under that. A 34.59 there for Jack McMillan. New Zealand record S18. Good swim for James Hayden there. Nice straight arm recovery. Powers into the wall. And Takayuki Suzuki wins that heat. 38.52 through his classification. Next up, heat 2. Cameron Leslie in 2, Jack Bugler 3, David Beck 4, Thomas McGillen 5, Arta Chernenko in 6, Jonty Howland in 7. New Zealand record for the S19 held by Daniel Smith, 25.45. David Beck coming in strongly here. Jack Bugler's there too. Thomas McGill. Then in comes Arta Chernenko. And here comes Cameron Leslie. 38.54, just outside his own New Zealand record. And well underneath that Para Pan Pacific Championship qualifying time for Cameron Leslie. Heat 3 of the men's 50 freestyle multiclass. Lane 2, Luca Willems. Lane 3, Hamish Keenan. Lane 4, Daniel Smith. 5, Riley Moore. 6, Lance Dusto. 7, Kithmi Kandagoda Gamaje. Daniel Smith looking for a 25.45. He's outside of that this morning, his own New Zealand record. Luca Willems going to have to beat Jack McMillan's time of 34.99, and he's not going to make it today. Well done to our multi-class men, and that concludes event 124. And next up is the women's 50 freestyle multi-class 2 heats. Heat number 1 ready to swim. Heat 1, Mackenzie Drage in 2, Greer Holland in 3, Mia Hogan in 4, Gabriella Smith in 5, Alyssa Gillespie 6, Amy Van Aerts in 7. The S18 record 42.07, S7 31.77 held by Riley Sayer. And coming in to finish, that's Mia Hogan of Australia. Gabby Smith 31.06. Greer Holland's in, and Amy Van Aerts just outside of that New Zealand record time. It's been a disqualification in an earlier event, event 124, heat 3, lane 4. Brooke Anderson in 2, Gemma Selleck in 3, Kiralee Hayes in 4, Quinn Pike in 5, Riley Sayer in 6, Melissa Donoghue in 7. And this is Kiralee Hayes coming in to touch the wall first here. Second will be Quinn Pike in 30.02, just outside of that New Zealand record. And Riley Sayer, 35.44, outside of her 33.77, but underneath the Para Pampac qualifying time. So well done to Riley Sayer, Para Pampac. There's the result. That concludes event number 125. We'll be coming back after a break with the 200 breaststroke heats for the men. Welcome back. Men's 200 metres breaststroke is up next. 4 heats. This is heat 1. Heat 1, Eric Wong in 2 from Icebreaker, 3, Ethan Chan from Roskell, 4, Johnny Joseph from United, 5, Runchang Wang from Coast, 7, Josh Wilmer, Coast. The time in the program for Josh Wilmer of 2:42.53 is his New Zealand record for SB8. So we're looking at that. Eric Wong having a great heat here in lane 2. The 17-year-old from Icebreaker, an entry time of 2:40. And he's going to go well under that this morning. 2:35.06 for a win in heat number 1. Heat 2 of the men's 200 metres breaststroke. Lane 1 from North Canterbury, Robert Thompson. 2 from North Shore, Oscar Dunn. 3 from St Paul's, Max Cryer. 4 from Wharanui, Joel Veron. 5 from Wharanui, Sam McAllister. 6 from North Shore, Sonny Liu. 7 from Howick Pakaranga, Travis Henderson. 8 from St Paul's, Ian Chen. Ian Chen, the New Zealand record holder, SB19 in this heat, lane 8. We'll keep an eye out to whether he can go under that this morning. Max Cryer coming in here to win 2:31.73. 2 seconds under the entry time. Well done, Max. Second will go to lane 1's Robert Thompson. Third to Sonny Liu. Heat 3 in lane 1, Rexall from Parnell. 2, Jethro Yoon, Phoenix. 3 from North Shore, Blair Helms. 4 from Roskill, Kevin Zhang. 5 from North Shore, Nicholas Cowan. 6 from United, Caleb Yin. 7 from St Paul's, John Park. 8 from North Shore, Alvin Wang. The junior Pampac time for those eligible, 2:16.84. And the Pan Pacific qualifying mark, 2:10.33. Fourth and final heat of the men's 200 metres breaststroke. Lane 1, Alwyn Bao, North Shore. 3, Joseph Reha, Porirua. 4, Hara Hughes, Coast. 5, Ryland Wheeler, North Canterbury. 6, Liam Rees, Kiwi. 7, Michael Yang, Phoenix Aquatics. 8, Daniel Smith, Pukekohe. 2:19.62, taking Hunter Hughes into lane 4 tonight for the final. Ryland Wheeler just behind, so it'll be Kevin Zhang in 5. Ryland Wheeler in 3. And a New Zealand record for Daniel Smith, breaking the 2:37.01 record there, 2:34.49. Well done, Daniel Smith. Well done. We move now to event 38, the women's 800 metres freestyle. There are 3 time finals. 2 will be swum this morning, the fastest time final this evening. This is time final number 1. Lane 1 is Emma Eyston, Aquablades. 2, Lara Miganoff, Pukikoe. 3, Chloe Gladwin, Whakatane. 4, Catherine Bates, Phoenix. 5, Poppy Van Genegen from Hamilton Aquatics. 6, Ashley Calcott, St Paul's. 7, Marissa Leon, Howick Pakaranga. 8, Lily Fox Mason, Wharanui. This is going to be a great time for Poppy van Genijgen. An entry time of 9:53.14. And a 9:38.45. A fantastic improvement for Poppy there. In comes Catherine Bates of Phoenix. Just on or under her entry time. Chloe Gladwood coming in looking for a 9. She's going to be just over her record at 10 minutes, 0.06. And in comes Lily Fox Mason, 10:36, just outside her entry time. That is the first. And in fact, that time of 10:36 is good enough to get the New Zealand record for S10. Well done, Lily Fox Mason. The second of 3-time finals of the women's 800 metres freestyle. Lane 1 from Jazzy Grace Henderson. 2 from North Shore, Amelia Rose Searle. 3 from Nelson South, Tegan Stewart. 4 from Phoenix, Hope Wang. 5 from North Canterbury, Shay Jackson. 6 from Howick Pakaranga, Leah Yang. 7 from North Shore, Brooke Humphreys. 8 from Enterprise, Rio Sasamoto. The 14-year-old leading the way, Hope Wang from Phoenix, a 9:18 in the program. The New Zealand record for 14-year-old girls for 800-metre freestyles held by Erica Fairweather at 8:56.14. And Shay Jackson, the 18-year-old in lane 5, hoping to get on the podium tonight in the 17, 18-year-old age group. There'll be a few in that third-time final. That is the second time final completed of the women's 800 metres freestyle. Well done to all the women in that field and girls. There's the result there. We move now to event number 39, the women's 200-metre breaststroke heats. There are 5 heats this morning. Heat 1, lane 3, Charlotte Rosen from Wharanui. 4, Olivia McBride, Kiwi. 5, Genevieve Watson-Christie, North Canterbury. Genevieve Watson-Christie has the New Zealand record for S19 at 4:02.83. And Charlotte Rosen, she'll be wanting to go. Well, the record at the moment is 6:27.53, and her time is well underneath that. So we could see a new New Zealand record this morning for Charlotte Rosen. Genevieve Watson-Christie, 4:02.74, and just underneath her New Zealand record by 0.1 of a second. 4:02.83 it was, so congratulations, Genevieve. Charlotte Rosen is going to get a New Zealand record here because it was 6:27. She's gone well underneath that. And a big slap of the wall to finish. Well done, Charlotte Rosen, 4:54.58. Heat 2, Annabelle Shields, Pukekohe in 1, Coco Zoo in 2 from North Shore, 3, Serena Carl from North Shore, 4, Sinji Mainers from Sumrotarua, 5, Lexi Biffin from North Shore, 6, Elizabeth Worry from Cromwell, and lane 7, Imogen Child from North Shore. Imogen Child winning heat number 2 here of the 200 breaststroke, just in front of Lexi Biffin, lane 5. Heat 3, Ariana Neems, Hauek Pakaranga in 1. 2, Sophie Neems, Hauek Pakaranga 2. 3 is Isabel Blackmore, St Paul's. 4, Scout Carter, Icebreaker. 5, Jessica Johnston, St Peters. 7, Jasmine Reeder, North Shores. 8, Neve Hills, Hamilton Aquatics. Jessica Johnston, the New Zealand record holder in SB9 class category. Scout Carter takes out heat 3 of the 200 breaststroke for the women. Heat 4 of 5 of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. Lane 1, Paige Franklin, Central Hawke's Bay. 2, Bianca Chan, Roskill. 3, April Lynn, Phoenix. 4, Brianna Crawford, Waitakere. 5, Alex McIntosh, United. 6, Jazzy's Jenna Borea. 7, Nicola Lovell from Blenheim. 8, Kitty Lovett from United. New Zealand record holder in lane 4, Brianna Crawford. And April Lynn, a leading 13-year-old. New Zealand record is held for the 13-year-old girls. And we'll just reconfirm that time. She holds it at 2:38.39. 2:38.59. April Lynn, 13-year-old girls, 200 breaststroke. It's been a disqualification in an earlier event, event 39, heat 3, lane 8. The Pan Pacific qualifying time is 2:25.91, which is 4 seconds underneath the New Zealand record. Be a tough ask, but would love to see it. Commonwealth Games 2:23.64. This is a great swim here from Brianna Crawford. April Lynn in lane 3. Let's keep a watch on the time here. Just clicking over the New Zealand record time there. And April Lynn needing to go under 2:38.59. Easily done it. April Lynn, New Zealand age group record for 13-year-old girls. Final heat, heat 5 of the women's 200 metres breaststroke. Lane 1, Ava Neems, United. 2, Kate Hurley, Pirates. 3, Jasmine Lyles, Phoenix. 4, Zyleka Pratt-Smith, Coast. 5, Grace Jeromson, North Shore. 6, Olivia Bates, North Shore. 7, Jessica Cochran, Pukekohe. 8, Chelsea White, North Shore. Zylika Pratt-Smith coming in to win heat number 5. She'll be in lane 5 for tonight's final. April Lynn will find herself in lane 3. Grace Joronson finishes second here in heat 5. Next up, event 40, the men's 100-metre backstroke. There are 6 heats. Heat number 1 ready to swim. Heat 1 of the men's 100 backstroke. Lane 1, Clement Chu, North Shore. 2, Samuel Delamere, Coast. 3, Dylan Groupink, Te Aura Swimming. 4, Simiosi Tukia, St Paul's. 5, James Zhang, Phoenix. 6, Yen Cheng Lee, United. 7, Douglas Wise, Wharanui Swim Club. Heat 2 of the men's 100 backstroke. Jono Swanepoel from Coast in 1. Manson Meng from Phoenix in 2. Sam Rowe from Icebreaker in 3. Daniel Eccleston from United in 4. Lachlan Collins from St Paul's in 5. Timothy Chin from United in 6. Alex Sanford from Coast in 7. And Kobe Piggott from Coast in 8. Heat 3 of 6, the men's 100 backstroke. Lane 1, Noah Lomas, Swim Rotorua. 2, Lan Hamblin Coast. 3, Vincent Downs, Honey United. 4, Case Glintmire, Coast. 5, Tyson Lynch, Wharanui. 6, Kagan Boonen, St Paul. 7, Nico Solidi, Jazzy. 8, Rion Oisthuizen from United. Heat 4 of 6 of the men's 100 backstroke. James Crosby in 1, United. 2, John Quirk, North Shore. 3, Donald Tian, Coast. 4, Hans Holf, Coast. 5, Lucas Percival, St Paul's. 6, Yifan Zhang, Parnell. 7, Osbert Gu, North Shore. And 8, Ryan Hewitson, North Shore. Heat 5, Lane 1, Alfie Weatherston, Harvey Kiwi. 2, Daniel Smith, Swim Zone Racing. 3, Samuel Potching, North Shore. 4, Josh Edwards Smith. 6, Lucas Bell, Wharanui. 7, Brandon Holder, Phoenix Aquatic. 6, Daniel Kriegting, Roskell. Now, Lucas Bell has already reached the Junior Pan Pacific qualifying mark in this event, and it is a 56.64. He's just outside of that this morning. Just an announcement for swimmers, there is a swim-off at the end of the session, so please don't dive into the competition pool. A swim-off will take place after this next race. Lane 1, Mitch Ellis, Liz Van Willie Aquatics. 2, Harrison James, Wharanui. 3, Alessandro Esposito, Ngātai Tuatea Atara Ika Swimming. 4, Jasper Cornish Coast. 5, Kane Follows Neptune. 6, Tiro Roha Paki, North Wave. 7, Enoch Zhang Phoenix. 8, Ethan McDonald, Hamilton Aquatics. Remember, there is a swim-off after this race. Good battle in the middle of the pool between Cornish and Kane Follows. Cornish gets there, 55.81, just in front of Follows. Mitch Ellis to touch the wall third. That concludes event 40. Next up is swim-off for event 124. The 50 freestyle for multi-class men. Riley Moore from Australia in 4, Hamish Keenan from Australia in 5, the swim-off for the 50 free men's multi-class. And it'll be Riley Moore that makes it through. Well done to both of those men. Please put your hands together and thank our technical officials as they make their way from pool deck. Thank you for your time this morning. And we'll go to a quick ad break now and come back to wrap up the session and preview tonight's finals. Welcome back. We started the session with the 400 metres individual medley, followed by the 200 IM. No standout performances there, just getting their way through to the finals tonight. It'll be a big clash between Lewis Clarebird and Ariel Mochirahondo, which will be good to see. 200 IM, it'll be between Georgina McCarthy there in the middle, Zalika Pratt-Smith. Some of the visitors from Australia will be in the middle of the pool as well. The first standout performance of the morning was Charlotte Rosen. She did a New Zealand record in the 200 metres individual medley for women. So that was a great swim from her. And moving through to some of the other records later in the program, it was the Pan Pacific qualifying time for Riley Sayer in the 50 metres freestyle. She did a great job, S7. Also to Daniel Smith in the 200 metres breaststroke has gone under the New Zealand record for S19 in that heat number 4. And then the following heat, Lily Fox-Mason doing a New Zealand record S10 800 metres freestyle. Event 39, the 200 breaststroke for the women. Charlotte Rosen breaking the SB18 record by a country mile. And Genevieve Watson-Christie breaking it by 0.1 of a second in the SB19 category. And to finish us off with the records this morning, it was April Lynn who broke the New Zealand record, her own New Zealand record, 13-year-old girls, 200 breaststroke, 2:37.78 this morning. Great job from her. And the highlights, they were the highlights from this morning's heats. Looking ahead to the final session tonight. We'll kick off at 10 minutes to 6 with all of the events from this morning. And if they have 30 or more swimmers in each, we'll have a C, a B and an A final. And we'll finish with the 4x100 metre medley relay, mixed gender for the multi-class and the female and male. Thanks for joining us for the heats this morning. Join us again from 10 minutes to 6 this evening for our final session of the championships.